All right, hello everybody. Oh, I'm getting an echo. Let me fix that real quick. All right, I don't think you guys are coming through, so let me fix that. All right, so I see sound bars for you guys, so we should be good.
Well, big booty bitches.
Yeah, sorry. That happens sometimes when I have to switch it over. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Turmoil and Taldori. Try to keep the announcements relatively short today, and we are going to jump right into the game. Our druid Zerelda is running a little bit late, but she'll be joining us here momentarily. So, a couple quick things. Speak of the halfling. Hello, halfling.
Speaking, she shall appear.
Actually, the full quote is "Speak of the devil and he shall appear."
Oh, that's...
I mean, that's accurate. It's funny because I went, our lovely Zerelda will be joining us here momentarily, and then you dinged in. So,
And special.
well done. Bravo. Dramatic entry. 3-point landing. I hear that's bad for the knees. Anyway. So, as I was saying, welcome to Turmoil Taldori. This will be episode 17. As to the announcements, just to go through those real quick. As always, as I'm progressing stuff through the game, I am a broken DM trying to make this work. I do find art online. If I can, I will credit the artists. I don't always find them. If anybody here sees art that they recognize and they know who the artist is, I encourage them to let me know or to reach out to the artist to let us know. So this way then we can get their permission, or if they want us to take it down, we will. We are not trying to capitalize on their hard work. I'm just simply a nerd presenting a story. So,
Something, don't sue, something.
yep, something, please don't sue us. All here for open communication, and we will do with the art however you see fit. As to the game, we are going to be having a little bit of a cast shift in regards to some of our players. One of our players did end up leaving, so we will go ahead and I will be having somebody else come in at some point. Tyler will be joining us, gentleman who is playing Zankus, so he'll be joining us full time now. And we're going to continue on with the story. So yeah, that's largely the announcements that I wanted to go over. I forgot that you did your hair, and it is very pretty blue and green, and I love it.
Thank you.
I agree, I love the hair.
Thank you.
That tells me that at some point you need to play a water genasi, and that's the hair colors.
Oh, I like that.
But it's like flowing water for the hair,
Right.
like the horse mane from the second Frozen movie.
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Hashtag don't have rights to Disney. Don't sue us.
Oh, you mentioned that they're already like revving up those legal issues.
Well, damn it. All right. Well, I guess that this broadcast is brought to you by Disney.
That's not brought
That's not being broadcast by Disney.
And don't even mention anything related to Nintendo.
Fuck. If you think about Nintendo, they'll sue you.
I don't think that I get the references, but I believe you.
That's just them being extreme about their IP.
Oh, I got you.
How else are they gonna sell us Super Mario Brothers for the umpteenth time?
Oh, that's a good point.
That does explain why SQuad members coming in the yard right now.
they being led by the Nintendo ninjas?
Bowser's
Yeah,
Fury
got
was
dressed
fun as hell.
Got dressed up as Mario, leading up.
Oh gosh.
I mean, to be completely fair, though, it's probably good that they have control of their IP because you know that some internet nerds would make a Super Smash or a Super Mario Brothers with the female Bowser.
Oh, Bowsette? like they're like
They've
like,
already done that.
They've already made so much porn. And the thing is, Nintendo didn't even make Bowsette. The
Right.
internet did.
Yeah.
And overnight.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember seeing the announcement for it, and then within like 12 hours, Reddit was plastered.
And then all the porn came.
Like, those are two separate things.
As it says on my phone screen, my phone lock screen, in this house we fuck monsters.
Woo! Welcome to Turmoil and Taldori.
Yeah. Zerelda, I believe that the Monster Manual was also lovingly changed to the name to as the waifu catalog for you.
Ooh, I like that, yes.
Boyfriend book.
The boyfriend book.
I mean, girlfriends too. We're not judging.
Oh no, we're not.
I mean, who doesn't love a heartbeat?
Or Lorana.
Or Lorana.
Yeah.
Oh man, nice hopping ladies. They're all over me.
You mean like this dating book?
Yeah, that dating book.
Boy, we're sure. All right.
Let's get going. Remember, my table is an inclusive space. 3/4 of our cast are ADHD.
And gay as hell.
And gay as hell.
100% are degenerates.
Yeah.
All right. So, a quick recap. Since we had a little bit of a late start, I'll skip the general introductions that we generally do.
No.
I apologize. Go ahead and take it away.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's go. Let's go.
Do you at least want to get like at least one all right gamers out?
Well, all right, gamers.
See, there you go. You feel better now, don't you? Yes. All right. Excellent. So,
I had a thought of taking that away from him and doing it myself. And
I would be
like
overjoyed.
Deadpool, that meme about Deadpool, like can only use the word. Am I allowed to say the word? Once in a PG-13 movie.
what? Fuck? I say fuck consistently on here.
Okay, cool. Like in a PG-13, say fuck one time and then someone else takes it and just loses his shit.
Oh, because it's the only all right, well, or what's up gamers we can say per session.
Yep. After that, FCC starts to fine us.
I wouldn't even be mad. Take it away.
Yeah. FCC Chan noticed me. All right. Anyway. So, general recap. So, party has traveled to the city of Amman. They are currently on the trail of the Myriad, a criminal organization based out of Wildmount that has cells within the continent of Taldori. One of those cells being within the city of Amman. The Zeno and Zankus, both detectives within the city of Amman, had been tasked to track down the Myriad due to various series of events that happened. For more detailed things, check out our previous episodes on YouTube. But they found out one of the contacts within the Cloudtop District. Cloudtop District being the high-end side of the city. And had met up at a friendly place, a noblewoman by the name of Lorana, to be able to kind of all meet together and decide on a direction in which case to go. how to practice this, or how to approach this, rather. They do have essentially police papers that would allow them to search the premises, and can go about it in a sting operation and kick down the door, or they can try a more subtle approach, and that was starting to be discussed. Our rogue in the party, Corvina, was having a disagreement with one of our party members in a direction that she wanted to go, and which led to some very well done role play. However, at the end of that discussion, she ended up storming out of the house and heading off within the city. The Wall and Zeralda had decided to chase after her to try to have a discussion. And that's kind of where we'll pick things up. So, Corvina had kind of a general head start on you guys by a couple of minutes. And by the time you make it outside, the trail is cold. There is a huge police presence around because of the request of both Zenkus and Zeno, and where you're very stealthy and cunning rogue had disappeared too. You have no idea, and within that time, she could literally look like anybody. After a couple minutes of searching, you see no sign of her. You're not sure where she went, and are able to return back to the house if that's the direction you guys are wanting to go.
Yes, back to the house.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
So, you guys meet back up. At this point, everybody is back. Excuse me. Everybody's back in the study where you guys were having your discussion. Yes.
Just to catch me up since I missed last session, what house is this, and is Redheart still training at Lyceum?
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that, actually. I'm going to say, for simplicity's sake, this is Lorana's house, so the tiefling, also known as Dami Mommy by our halfling. And we'll say that she sent a message to you via sending to tell you to meet up here. Yeah, I apologize. I forgot that you were out last session. All right. At this point, we're going to assume that the Avengers have assembled. You guys are in the study, and you have a direction in which case that you need to go, or at least need to discuss and choose. So, how do you want to approach this?
Zeralda's going to speak up and explain to the rest of the party that they had gone looking for Corvina, but didn't find hide nor hair of her.
The Wall just looks frustrated.
Zeralda's gonna put a hand on, attempt to put a hand on the Wall's shoulder, which is like way too far up for her to do.
You get a bicep.
To give him like a little, there, bud.
I'll give her a lift. You can just stand on a chair.
yeah. She takes the time to look for a chair to stand on, hoists herself up on this thing.
I'm kind of tall. I can get you close to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
get you a full Jack from Titanic moment.
Yes.
Yes.
But, question, would Dami Mommy appreciate you standing on her furniture?
I'm not her furniture.
Or might
Yeah, I'm not her furniture. That's a sentence for the day.
I think.
Out of context.
Listen, I am her furniture, if you know what I'm saying.
So, do we want to? So,
Yes.
Yeah, we.
I think I need a little more catching up here.
You're,
I got the perfect thing for you. Well, young. No, we do have a warrant. We do not need to sneak in to her place.
I mean, I would just see what y'all wanted.
So do we go full force though, or do we like just walk up and try and talk to her?
I think before we continue on, somebody should, in character, fill in Leopard, because he wasn't here last session. He has no idea what the hell you guys got or what you're talking about. All he was told is to meet you at the house.
Okay. So, I'm not really good at telling stories, but we're in Amman. There's a bunch of crime happening, and we think it's the Myriad. We know it's the Myriad.
We're like,
We're pretty sure it's the Myriad. Corvina probably went off to go do something very reckless by herself, but the rest of us have decided we're going to go the way of the law because we don't want to put Zeno's job at risk by, kicking down a door and, doing whatever. So we've decided that we are going to search for known members of the Myriad. If I left anything out, it would be nice if someone helped.
no, that sounds correct.
Okay. Yay me, I am paying attention.
So to add the last little bit to that is that you knew the name Gianna Sycamore from being with the party earlier. While you were gone, they got a warrant with the evidence that they had to be able to go into the house and to question her.
Okay, so what do we need to do to prepare Zeno to go do this? You're the expert here, and Zenkus, I suppose. What do we do now?
Do we know of any captured members?
I don't think the investigation has gotten that far.
Yeah, I don't think we have anyone that's been captured.
No.
I would imagine somebody would have said something to us.
You would hope.
Then we gotta capture someone.
In that case, I'm gonna use Mask with Many Faces to turn into the mechanic.
Ooh, that's a smart one, Leopard.
And that changes your clothes and everything too, doesn't it?
I believe so. I can double check.
Well, it's based off the disguise self spell, right?
Yes.
Then yes, it does.
Yourself has been disguised.
All right, and just like that, our Draw Warlock's changed his appearance to look just like the mechanic, as you guys had met him in the sewers.
I know they're
Nice.
trying to kill him last time we saw, but maybe it'll at least cause enough of a distraction to give us a little edge.
Well, I mean, certainly she doesn't want someone dying in her house, though.
I mean, hopefully not.
You
That
never
would be-
know.
It's hell to get blood out of a rug.
That's a
Yeah.
very good point. She really likes her nice things.
Although, I suppose she can easily just replace it with a new rug.
You could just use like prestidigitation. Shit, we didn't think this.
Well, we're all screwed. This is it. I'm calling it.
Okay. Let's do it.
I mean, as long as you're okay with the fact that you might have rogue arrows shot at you, Leopold, then
I
Otherwise, I think it's a
assume
good
we'd
idea.
have those no matter what.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So then,
Exactly.
what's the plan? You have the disguise. Are you going to try walking in? Are you walking in with
Oh,
the
we're
guards?
walking in.
Yeah, I think we should walk in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta get her off her toes. Don't
I've
want
already got to do the paperwork.
All right.
lovely paperwork.
So you guys then head out towards the Sycamore State.
Yes. This place has a theme song that's amazing.
Money will get you that.
Do they have any sycamores in the front yard?
No, it's all pine trees.
You have to scroll down a little.
Oh, I thought it crashed, but you were changing mouse.
Yep. Oh shit! I still haven't put a Zankus on here as a token.
Oh shit, there are in fact sycamores, it looks like.
Zankus, that is your token. The one that just got placed.
So handsome.
Just because I keep forgetting to give you one.
And the wall was a city watch. He would know how to serve a warrant. Yay!
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, technically you guys have 3 guards in your party. Just one's an X.
I mean, I'm not a guard.
That's right. You're a fucking detective.
Almighty voice in the sky.
I mean, I think the wall would be perfect to serve the warrant. And in that case, fucking, I wouldn't want to get served a warrant by a 6-foot whatever tiefling.
I mean, I think I'm pretty intimidating. No. Okay.
I'll walk off and start doing push-ups.
Perhaps Sankus can do the warrant on the wall's shoulders.
There we go. Get a really big trench coat.
I have an idea. Zoralda, how do you feel about turning into, I don't know, something small like a bug? And while we have her attention, we send you in a little bit. Maybe do some recon.
I could probably do a bug.
How do you think that sounds? Does that sound, am I crazy? Does it sound like a bad idea?
It sounds like a crazy good idea.
Take a look at your wild shape. With your level, you probably can do something that small, but I don't know offhand.
Is there actually a size limit?
You get certain animals at certain levels.
Flying and swimming, but I don't know if there was ever any size restrictions.
There used to be, I just don't know if there still is.
Magical voice in the sky.
Yeah.
Serving a warrant. We would keep Miss Sycamore in sight, correct?
Presumably.
Okay, then I agree with Zerelda zooming off to follow her attendants who are going to try to hide something before we move in.
Not that bad.
It does not seem to mention size restrictions.
Okay, so yeah, then you could totally do a bug.
As
Okay.
long-
If you wanted to do that, or a mouse, or something like that.
Gecko. That might stick out a
Yeah,
little too much.
Gecko would actually be a very good choice because it can climb walls and they can get freeze.
Alright, let's do some kind of wall crawling lizard.
Does that mean that she's turning into your scaly boy at home?
One of them. One of them is great at climbing walls. One of them's not so great at climbing walls. She would probably be turning into a New Caledonian type of lizard.
That.
All right, so then are you just heading into, like, turn into the gecko and then just kind of like run under the fence and do your own thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it into the lizard and kind of go around and try to find a different way in the house, or possibly sneak in when the door is open.
Okay.
So I assume me and the wall will close the door while our detectives lie in ambush.
Why are they lying in ambush?
So they're not seen.
I mean, I guess we could. I was under the impression that we should be seen.
Yeah, I mean,
She
it's
knows
like
their ass is
invisible.
under investigation.
I mean, I think it's the more surprise element we have on our side, the better it is.
That may be true, but at this point, this is mostly a city official thing, and I don't imagine serving a warrant is really surprise and wait.
I agree.
I see what you're saying, Leopard.
You're a gecko.
Oh, yeah.
Blam.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. I lick my eyeballs.
There you go.
Okay. So I imagine I have the warrant? Is that
Yes.
we decided? Okay. Then Leopard and I will just walk up with Zankas and Zeno right behind us. And what kind of gate do we see? Is it like wrought iron? Is it solid wood? Is it, what do we see?
So it is wrought iron. So as you come up, so you have the general road, and you do see a wrought iron fence surrounded by a series of just probably like maybe shoulder height shrubberies. As you look to the estate, you do see quite a few large trees, honestly probably sycamores. But with that, you see just this very large, like large as in like broad, not necessarily tall, but one-story house. Everything is extremely well designed, looks very expensive. It's kind of what you would expect to see in this this part of the city.
Okay. Is there anyone there at the gate?
At the gates, let me see here. There is. So you see what looks to be like a house guard, at least at first glance. You do see the, like, and keep in mind too, it is dark out itself. Like, I think that where we left off was about 8 p.m., so it's definitely dark. It's probably closer to like 9:30-ish at this point. And the guard that you're seeing at the door has got a dark cloak up. You see a sword on his belt that looks relatively light, a couple daggers. Not somebody that you would associate as being like a stereotypical guard. As you come and approach up the gate, takes a look at you from the other side. You're a big one. What the hell do you want?
We are here on behalf of the city of Amon. We have a warrant to search the premises. Search is what we have, right? Search the premise.
Search in question.
Search in question. Search the premises in question, Miss Sycamore. Please allow us entry, or we will have to use force.
All right, let me see the paperwork.
I'll hand the paperwork over.
I need to move Zerelda too, because Zerelda is a lizard.
And probably working her way through as we are distracting the guard.
And Leopard, you're still as the mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So, Scar's looking through the paperwork, takes a look up at you, and you see like this moment of recognition. Like you've never seen him before, but he seems to recognize the face. And he completely stops looking at the paperwork. Absolutely. You guys are welcome to come in. Folds it up, hands it back to you.
Very well. Thank you, sir.
All right. With that, he opens up the gate. Once you guys start to head in, I'm going to open up the outside area here. Just do it back to here. All right. With that, he unlocks the door, steps aside. All right, come on in. Now for Zerelda, are you like staying in somebody's pocket and riding into you're on the inside, or you're trying to get in on your own?
Yeah, like the cuff of someone's boot or something. One of my allies.
Okay.
If she was riding on me, would the disguise cover her or not?
Technically, yeah, because it's an illusion.
Oh.
Unless somebody takes like a direct look at like your boot, and it's going to kind of look like whenever you do one of those phone filters on like your dog.
Perfect.
All right. You guys head in, so let me open up the area again. Don't mind the section that actually looks like stairs on the map. There is no second floor. All right.
Someone this rich and important doesn't have a second floor?
Yeah, somebody this rich and expensive, and me not having time to find a second floor for the map.
Boo. Just kidding.
There's a guy standing there with a knife.
The token is, he's not. So you see two others that look very similar to the guard from outside. One's kind of skinny and scrawny like the other one, where the first one has this like big, thick brawler look to them. Kind of like Zankus, but like 6 foot.
It's like two Zankuses stacked together.
Actually, considering your background, Zankus, go ahead and give me a history check.
Pretty good, I think. Okay, not bad. That is a 13.
So yeah, you recognize him. You don't remember a whole ton about him because you were fairly drunk, but you wrestled him once in the pit.
Did I win?
You think you did.
Yeah, I won. Just as we walk by, hey, good to see you again.
Trying to think back at his name is Hawthorne, maybe?
Hey, how you doing, Hawthorne, baby?
He gives you a look, and the moment of recognition hits. I was like, oh, I remember you. I don't remember you being so metallic looking. See, you haven't grown any bigger, short stuff.
Last I remember, you were the one who lost.
Yeah, last I remember, you also paid the ref.
I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Nice to see you, detective.
Yeah, you take it easy.
Hawthorne, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Hawthorne.
Yeah.
We have a foreign to premises, and question. Let me think. Question, Miss Sycamore. Where is she now?
Miss Sycamore told us to expect some company tonight. Something about a heightened guard presence, and somebody wanting to call a meeting. She's in the back. You know, kind of just point behind him at a big room behind him.
Well,
Thank you, sir.
just giving Zankus one of those looks of like, oh, that's great. Sarcasm.
I grunt in agreement.
All right, you guys start heading back.
I guess so.
I mean, I'm in front, so as I go back, I would take a look around. Oh boy, not gonna eat or drink anything on that table.
I would like to move just outside the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Zerelda, go ahead and give me a stealth check from the lizard.
Okay.
Let's just say a +2 on the stealth because it's probably got like a 15 on its dex.
Okay. I will do that.
Well, it'd be a +4 actually,
Okay.
and do that with advantage because you're tiny.
Okay.
And while we're getting those numbers, I might turn to Zeno and give him a look if this is possible to convey in a look if we would want to have only two of us with Miss Signal. Like him and Leopard. And I like to keep an eye on the guards outside. With Zanecast. I'm bad with names. Is that something I could convey in a look or just talk to? You know what? We have a fucking warrant. I'm just gonna talk to Zeno and convey that we are searching, but right now we're only approaching Miss Sigma. I'm saying this in a more official way. Concise.
Okay.
That, like,
Well, we'll get to the talking to her in just a second because I still have to describe the room and everything. So,
right, but like before we
okay.
talk, briefly, I'm not good with words, so I said it concise.
Oh no, that's a good idea. I think you and Zankus being on the outside, myself and Leopard on the inside. Seems sound.
Sounds solid.
Okay. So then I will move the wall to the outside as well. All right, and then Zeralda, what's that stealth roll?
I got a 23.
Okay, cool.
Hot damn.
So as they walk in, you kind of slip out of Leopard's boot and onto the floor. This place seems massive. You've never been this small before. You look around, there's so many things to crawl on. So many little places that you could hide. You lick your eyeball, and you see there is, in this hallway, there's a couple places that you could hide, but there's no, like, doorways or anything that you could slip under. But you could probably climb up the wall, hide behind, like, a little lantern sconce. If you wanted to brave it, you could try darting across the floor and trying to get to a better location.
Let me think. Where am I at currently? The wall?
You're right here. You were the lizard.
Oh, okay, I see. Yes. I'm gonna try to get in there before the door is closed.
So try to get in this room?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if that was her goal, she could just never have left off in the room.
I just thought there might be some information hiding in there, not in plain sight.
Also, lizard.
Yes.
Okay. So, taking a full dart, nobody seems to notice you as you dip off into this other room. So I'm going to open this up for you.
That's a very loud door.
So, put you like about here, so you are able to slide under the door.
Okay, cool.
So, we'll get to you here in a minute.
Okay.
So, you guys are ushered into, or not ushered, but guided into the room that Gianna is in. One of the first things that you notice in the room, aside from the really expensive looking decor, high-end rugs, beautiful mahogany table and chairs, you see back in this area, let's see if I have a token to use for it. You see a massive looking plant. It's about maybe 10 by 10 squares. It's got this big pod bottom and this huge clay pot. The vines, or the heads of it is like 2 or 3 very large and broad, almost toothy looking. And around it, you see kind of wrapped around the pot and attached to the walls and everything like that is these series of dark green spiked vines that go from this like dark green and transition to like this like reddish purple near the tips. You catch a very pleasant smell whenever you walk in there. It's very perfumey. You assume that it's probably from the plants. As you guys are walking in, you do notice 2 women that are in the room. First is very obviously Gianna. Human, has probably the appearance of somebody that's in her... Your guess is she's probably older than she actually looks, but you're going to guess she's probably in her like mid to late 40s. Has very well kept blonde hair. There's not a speck of gray in it. A very expensive looking blue dress as well. One of those dresses that ties really tightly at the waist and has the multiple layers that go down. Next to her is another woman that is definitely younger. Kind of this dirty blonde, very light blue dress. Dress looks a little bit more secondhand. It looks more worn. And as you guys walk in, where Miss Sycamore kind of holds herself up with that aristocratic look to her. The girl does not look at you. She keeps her eyes down.
Oh, is the other woman also human?
Yes, the other woman is also human. Greetings. I was told that I might be seeing some new faces today. Come, join us. Sit. I hear that you have things to discuss with me. She takes a look at... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm curious that you knew that we were coming to discuss things, though.
Well, somebody that is as well known within the city as myself, we'll always have an ear to the ground whenever somebody's willing to pay us a visit. You always have to make sure that common courtesies are extended. Meals are prepared, tea is brewed. And I found that there was a couple of individuals that were interested in meeting me. So I felt that it was only fitting that we have things prepared. And she'll take a look over at the woman. And she gets a bit more direct with her. Like, she still has this like faux politeness to her, but there's a tone differential to her voice. She looks at her and goes, "Go get the tea." Now, putting her smile back on. "Please, sit."
So then we'll take a seat.
I'll stand behind him. No, sorry.
So while she's going through her spiel, what are the two guards in the hallway with us doing?
They're just kind of keeping an eye on you in the same way that you're keeping an eye on them. They're not really talking or interacting. They're both just kind of eyeballing the both of you.
In
Yeah,
that case,
like that.
Wesley, basically taunt them by walking around and looking up and down hallways. Not too far to be in danger, but basically fucking with them.
Go pick up a trinket off the wall. Second hand.
Yeah,
Well,
something like that.
The wall's that asshole who's not doing anything wrong, but they're breaking every common courtesy rule.
Yes.
I mean, we have a warrant.
No, I know, but it's great.
Right, yeah, that wasn't meant as a bad thing. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Alright, so then I'm going to open up some areas for you.
Sweet.
Is the wall like going to warn up to everyone's face as he passes by?
Oh,
God.
no, he's not doing that.
Got a warrant, can't talk to me.
He's reciting the speech from Lethal Weapon, Diplomatic Immunity.
But yeah, going up and down hallways, peeking indoors, like not going in them and putting myself in danger, but just fucking with this too.
Just pushing the bounds.
Yeah, and waiting on the rest of the Amon Guard to come in and sweep the place, but they're nowhere to be found. Incompetent fools.
Were we supposed to get back up?
They agreed to more of a presence.
Oh, fair. Okay.
That's why there's so many guards here.
So,
Okay.
that's-
Well, yeah, not going in any rooms, just peeking around yet.
Okay.
Peeking my head in, and I mean, if I saw a large presence of people in a room, I would definitely get Zankas and let him know by whispering in his ear. But
So, as she goes and orders the woman to go out and get tea, she kind of scampers off quickly out of the room, passes Zankas, gets by the wall, and she kind of looks up at you because there's really nobody that's as tall as you in this house, and you are kind of an imposing figure. And she looks at you with... Give me a insight real quick.
Okay. What's my insight? Ooh, okay. Well, I'll be damned. That's a 22.
Much better than I was expecting. So,
Yep, on the die.
the look that she gives you, there's no words, because it's just in passing. But that look she gives you is that of just general fear and worry. Especially like looking at you, looking back at kind of like the rest of the people in the room before she scurries past and heads to the kitchen.
Would I be able to discern if that's fear or worry of me?
It doesn't seem, with that roll, I'll say it doesn't seem like it was directed at you. That look, kind of like you ever get that look of like somebody that's almost asking for help without asking for help.
In that case, I will, miss. May I accompany you?
She looks up at you and then kind of puts her eyes back down to the floor. The kitchen is no place for a guest.
I am not merely a guest. We are here with a warrant. May I accompany you?
Diplomatic immunity.
Not a warrant.
She looks over at the other guards, looking like she's worried with them and asking almost permission as well. But the guards just look at you and Zenkus with disdain. And they don't say anything, and she just nods silently and heads into the kitchen.
And I will follow.
As he kind of goes that way, I'll move closer to the center of this main hallway.
Like here?
Up like 5 feet. Yeah.
Alright, cool beans. Hey, kitty.
That it also reminded me that I wanted to do a nature check on the plans.
Yeah, go for it.
So 18.
You have never seen anything like this. You've encountered quite a few plants in your travels and with your studies, but nothing like this. So she goes and takes a seat with you guys at the table. So I believe it is Zeno of the Mon Detectives. You have a detective organization at, she'll list off the street, a home at, list off the address, and have been following up on a string of interesting cases. That sound about accurate?
Oh, I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not. You did your homework. And you read a phone book.
It's a little bit more in depth than that, I'm sure that you understand, but yes, I am studied. I also see that you are in the custody, or in the company rather, of the individual who has been causing all of this ruckus, explosions, and death within here. Surely you didn't bring him along to intimidate me, because they would have your badge for that.
I don't have a badge, my dear Miss Sycamore. I'm not a part of the guard. They just pay me. And certainly not, I didn't bring along our friend here as an intimidation method, but more so, the details that I've learned, the evidence I've gained, it seems that this case it's taken a turn, an interesting turn.
Well, please, let's skip the foreplay and go right to it then, shall we?
Oh, I'm sure that you and all of your friends, who I can no doubt imagine are listening into our conversation, would love for me to get right to it, but I do believe that a good cup of tea is what's needed before any sort of investigation. Wouldn't you agree?
I most certainly would agree. We shall wait. If your two guards would like to join us as well, they are welcome. There are plenty of seats.
Oh, no, they're fine.
All right, and for that, we'll head back over to the kitchen. Well, actually, before the kitchen, Zarella, are you just kind of listening in where you're at as a lizard, or are you doing anything?
I'm kind of multitasking, so I'm trying to listen as much as I can, but without getting far enough away that I can't hear. I also want to, I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for anything that is suspicious. I don't know, so a locked box that maybe I could somehow unlock and see what's inside there. Something of this nature.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Let's see. What is investigation based off of?
Intelligence.
Okay. My notebook's in the other room. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, I have the thing written down.
Yeah, remember I sent you the screenshots.
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up now. Scrolling. Please open. Here we go. You said it, intelligence?
That's what it's based off. You're doing an investigation check.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, I'm rolling. Uh, 14.
Okay. You do easily spot a chest on the other side of the room. See that down here. There's a couple small tables. Again, to you, a enormously large rug. I mean, the chest would have probably fit you as a halfling, let alone you as a lizard. Now, as to you being able to unlock it, you're not going to be able to do so in your form. Now, if you were to end the wild shape, then you'd have the opportunity to try to open it up. But in your current form, you're able to get to the chest. You know that there is one. You actually don't know whether it's locked or not. You know, little tiny sticky hands. There is a warm fire going in the room as well, which feels really good to your little lizard body. But other than that, there's nothing else that's kind of like jumping out as interest.
Okay. I guess I will listen and follow with the group as I can, whichever room they're in. Just stick to the shadows for now.
Okay. All right, to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So once in the kitchen, she kind of closes the door, looks around, goes to the top, closes that door as well. She looks at you, almost panicked. She's like, the tea she wants me to serve you guys is poisoned. The food is also poisoned.
Oh, my dear. I would have assumed so.
I don't necessarily know what to do. she's kind of like one of those things of where like she's breathing heavy because it's something that she's kept inside that hasn't spoken about, or at least spoken freely. Go ahead and give me just for like body language. Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Yeah, I didn't do too well on that one. 8.
I think that's all that I could tell you. Just be careful. And she starts to gather up the supplies, and you see that she looks at a specific tray that has this really nice like china set that has a pot of tea in it. You see a plate of finger foods, all of which are set up on a tray that is pretty much prepared. She's just adding a couple elements to it.
Would you tell me what tea this is?
It is it's a herbal tea that is it's spiked with sleeping poison.
Oh my dear, I was looking for something like ginseng or anything.
Chimele tea, right?
Chimele?
Chimele.
I've never heard of that.
It's there's a TikTok about that. You're saying chimele, you mean chamomile?
What's a TikTok?
The thing that keeps your DM sane over the week.
Rest assured, little, she's human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rest assured, little human, that I am not here to put you in danger. We are here to search the premises and talk to Miss Sycamore. And I'm not going to remove the poison or anything, because obviously it's there and she would get in trouble if I did so. But I will, if she is heading back rather than continuing searching through the kitchen, I will actually head back with her.
Okay.
So while they're right after the wall and the lady walk into the kitchen, I'll go to the guard that is holding a knife, the token that's holding a knife.
Yeah.
So, you know I beat him, right? A couple years back it was like, man, it was easy. It wasn't even that hard.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion.
Or performance, whatever's better.
They are the exact same.
Okay.
But at advantage, so maybe.
Advantage because I love this idea.
16 total.
16?
Yep.
He takes a look over at the big guy, looks over at you, and he just starts laughing. Like, oh, I could totally see that. You're right at about nut grabbing height.
Yeah, whatever you gotta do in a debate. I mean, when there's money on the line, you know, it's not something I take loosely. Like, that's some serious stuff. I don't prize fight anymore. But, man, back in my days, I was undefeated. I don't know if I was or not.
It's some good bullshit nonetheless.
He has no idea what happened.
The big guy just kind of like huffs. Because it's a humiliating loss getting taken down by somebody literally half your size.
Just over half the size.
Just slightly over half his size. And the other guy is absolutely laughing. Like, you guys can hear the laughter in the meeting room, because this guy is kind of rolling over the interaction between Zenkus and the looks that the big guy's given him.
So as that guy starts laughing, I'll turn to the big guy.
So you still prize fight? Do you work out any, or you just kind of running security now? What's going on with you?
He laughs. He gives you a little bit of a chuckle. And he goes, "Look, you had me in a big fight. You won. But rumor has it that you went clean. See that badge on you. I'm not going to be telling you about anything that I do here. I am an honorable guard. Live an honorable business."
I mean, if you're sensitive and don't want to, talk, that's fine. You don't have to. He's crying about it.
No use crying about it. His skinny friend fucking loses it again. Oh, he's definitely the sensitive type. Yeah, he totally prize fights. You should tell him about whenever you got your front tooth knocked out. Shut up, man.
Oh, man, I mean, it happens to most fights. I mean, not me. I was good.
And I'll just continue to kind of
Distract.
these two guards. Yeah, kind of get their attention.
All right.
I'm running out of material.
It's all good. All right, so the servant comes back out and has the tray of finger foods and she doesn't let the wall out necessarily. She just kind of lets him do his own thing, but she just leaves the door open and heads out carrying the tray of the tainted food and tea.
Tainted food.
And again, I will be following. I'm going with her.
Okay. So she takes it back into the main room. Keep on trying to move things that's on the display screen and not my actual map.
Zankus walks, or the wall walks through and just steps over Zankus.
So you head into the room. She sets the tray down. And Gianna looks at her and goes, "You're dismissed."
Oh, Zeno. There is a large house here, and it seems that you have gone with etiquette and decided to wait on tea to have any conversation. I assure you that we do not have any time for tea today, and I will put my hand on his shoulder and squeeze.
I don't know if I need to roll this, but I feel like Zeno knows that's a weird. Like, Zeno never gets that gesture from the wall, so I feel like I could pick up on something from that.
I would agree with that. I'm going to have you still do an insight on it, but it'll be a low DC.
And as the servant girl left the office, I'd like to kind of flag her down.
It is 18.
Okay, yeah, you definitely get that something's off. The choice of words, the fact that he didn't call you Little Zeno.
The weird tea time thing.
Yeah, there's definitely enough innuendo to indicate that something is off. You're not quite sure what, but you can probably piece it together.
Yeah, I feel like I've been doing this long enough. I mean,
Yeah.
Why would I drink tea from the crazy assassin lady? Oh, well, CRT is here. Wonderful.
I mean, everyone serves tea to whenever they get warned. It's common knowledge.
It is pretty common. Just as it is common that the host drinks first. And Zena will take the tea, pour some, and hand it to Lady Sycamore.
Sure. She'll pick up the teacup, kind of swish it around a little bit, give it a nice smell. That general, like, whatchamacallit? That general, like, snobby drinking with your pinky out kind of thing where you're getting the aromatics and all of that. We'll do this for Zeno specifically. Give me a perception.
Dirty 20.
You catch, it's very subtle. You catch just a slight whisper as she is taking the tea up to her nose. And you're not quite sure what it is, but she stops after just like a quick second and goes, my servant does make some of the best tea. That's why I hired her. And she goes in and takes a drink.
The wall will squeeze a little bit harder, but not to be noticed.
Zeno will pour themselves a cup of tea, and they will go to drink it almost as they watch Sycamore. What is she doing as Zeno kind of lifts the tea up?
Let me... This is going to be another insight.
Okay. 16. Yeah.
16?
Yeah.
She's not necessarily watching you take the tea. She's just kind of looking at the group. Doesn't seem to be paying direct attention to you. So if she is, it's very subtle.
Okay. Zeno does not take a sip. Instead, they will kind of hold the tea up and then just pour it on the carpet. If you'd really done your research, you know that I fucking hate tea and I drink coffee. So let's skip the bullshit here. Why? I want to know why you think it's a good idea, with the clasp involved, with the city rebuilding, that you think that the Myriad should be in the city. And don't play dumb, we already know.
Would I have heard him say Myriad?
Yeah, he's not necessarily being quiet. I assume you're not being quiet. You're pretty forceful with that.
No.
Alright, I would step over where I can at least see into the room.
Okay, and then before I answer that, Jamie, because he did mention about talking to the maid, so just trying to keep the timing and pacing of things. So you said you stopped the maid?
Oh yes, just questions, like general questions, like how long has she worked here, and
So she does the same thing where it seems like it's more awkward for her talking with you like it was with the wall because he was so much taller than her. She kind of inadvertently is looking directly in your face, but she's not making eye contact. She goes, I've been here about maybe 6 months, sir. She looks over at the other guards, looks back at you. She treats me well and pays me well.
Oh, well, that's good. Here, I'll walk over the door for a second.
I'll start heading towards the door with her.
Like towards the kitchen?
That way. Oh, I thought, okay. Towards the kitchen.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand which direction. So you towards the kitchen or like trying to get her out of the house?
Trying to get her out of the house.
Okay.
You know, it's really late. You regularly work this late?
No, sir. I was told that she was going to have guests. But I do also live here, so...
Oh, like, is it pretty nice digs? Do you have a yard?
Yeah, there's and she actually generally seems respondent to that statement, actually. It's like, yeah, there's a nice well outside, actually, or a nice fountain, rather.
Well, that's cool. As we get to the door, I'll kind of gesture. Is there a Taldori or a Mon that's okay? Like, you okay? Like, as we get to the door, so no one can hear.
Go ahead and... What would you do for, like, an innuendo check?
Charisma.
Yeah, let's do that as a performance.
Performance? Perfect. That was 2.
That was a 2? Well, the good thing is that she gets it. So she looks at you and kind of looks down at the badge, and like this first time she kind of just meets your eyes, and without saying anything, she just goes,
I'll lean closer to her and you said she was human, right? Okay.
Yes.
As quietly as I can, I'll ask if she has somewhere she can go. As I kind of motion her down and then get on my tiptoes.
Not really, to be honest. I kind of am owned here.
But it might behoove you to not be here for a little bit.
She'll stand up a little bit, bow her head down back to like that same like kowtow almost position. And she goes, "Of course, sir, I will go and pick up some more wine."
Yeah, I appreciate that.
As I'll open the door.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for running out for me.
And I'll go back into the hall and where I was standing.
All right.
So I can see into the room they're sitting in.
So we'll say that you come back here after maybe a minute or two because of all of that. All right. So Giannis sits back in the chair a little bit.
With my message across, the wall would release his shoulder and go right outside the door again.
Okay. Gianna looks at Zeno, cutting right to the point. That's how I generally like it. So, you want to know why the Myriad is here? You should probably ask the Myriad. I am not necessarily a member, but I'm one that is connected for the trade. I help them move goods, and in turn they pay me and give me servants.
Okay, again, I ask, why do you think it's a good idea? Because you know for a fact that the Clasp and the Myriad are going to fight. It will probably spill out into the city itself. Or is that just one of those 1% entitlement things that you don't really care?
More the second piece. You see, what happens with the common folk and the Clasp and the Myriad having their little tug of war, that has nothing to do with me. I'm just simply profiting while I have the moment. And should one of them go for blades, well, it's between them. That fight won't spill into the Cloudtop districts. The Clasp don't interact here. At least not bloodily. which allows the Myriad a little bit of free reign for those that I allow in.
That is if the clasp doesn't know that you're helping them.
Indeed.
If they don't already know.
But you see, that's where there's a wonderful chain of command. You see, the clasp does have quite a few members on the council here. They have some pull in the city, but so does my family, my name, my reputation, and I'm just, frankly, too important to go missing.
Oh, honey. And Zeno has been kind of tapping their leg underneath the table, in the finger gun motion of if things go shitty and Eldritch Blast is going into her thorax.
Pew pew.
No one's too important to get thrown in prison, trust me.
I
And
would-
I know for a fact that you probably have some method of escape, or there's probably some sort of ambush waiting. We're not stupid, because you wouldn't be willingly admitting to a detective that you're working for the Myriad and essentially trying to manipulate the city to bring in another criminal organization. I'm not stupid.
Excellent. I'm glad that we're seeing eye to eye. So, now that you understand how hopeless it is to deal with me, perhaps you'll drop the case and maybe you can leave the friend behind you here. I know a couple people in that organization that will be more than happy to have a nice long conversation with the mechanic.
Oh, I don't think you understood what I'm saying. I don't give a rat's ass about what the city thinks of you. You're coming with me, either unconscious or by your own will.
I believe the term is on what authority, not detective.
And, the warrant that we have.
See, the warrant that you have, I imagine, gives you the ability to search my premises. I'm fully believing that you won't find anything that's incriminating here. But sure.
I don't have to. I could still drag your ass to the guard cell and deal with you there. I don't care if we get tied up in bureaucracy. I feel like you and maybe other people, maybe the voices in the sky, they all seem to think that I'm a guard. I'm not. I don't have to play by the rules necessarily. I can just arrest you and take you with me. So, like I said, you're either coming with us unconscious, beaten, because again, I don't give a rat's ass who you are, or you come with us peacefully and quietly. It's your choice.
She stares at you for a minute. Still has that same like Stepford smile to her. That even whenever she was admitting working with the Myriad, that never changed. She has this just sheer level of smugness about her. Very well. You want to take me in? I'll go in. It's been a while since I've seen the captain after all.
That sounded like a threat.
Oh, I know, trust me. We're not going to see the captain.
Oh.
But I'm gonna, he's asleep, so we're going to see whoever's there. Wall, do you have those manacles on you still?
Of course I do.
Oh, good. You know who it needs to go on, right?
Above table, Miss Sycamore, right?
Hell yeah.
Not the big guy in the hallway.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, if you want to put the big guy in, I'm not gonna stop you.
Don't worry, I can handle the big guy.
Yeah, he's already lost.
Yeah, I will come into the room and put them on Miss Sycamore behind her back.
She doesn't resist.
But as we're leaving, I'm intent on like Zeno leading her. And if anybody is staying back with me to search,
I'll stay back with you.
just have her locked up and we search.
Oh,
Or
we're not going to
locked
find
up.
anything here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's me. Never mind. Yeah, I'll be the one to lead her then, I guess.
I mean, of course you said we wouldn't find anything, though.
It's true. Not necessarily means that you're not going to.
True. Oh, by the way, how are your thoughts and feelings on horses?
That's my trade, in fact.
Oh, we couple prized ones.
I'd be more than happy to pay your party in horses, in fact.
As long as they're not the same crappy ones you sold out to the class or whoever you sell them to. I'm taking her outside. Just talking to, all right, everyone, we're leaving, to everyone, so that also Zeralda can hear. Especially Zeralda can hear.
So as you head outside, you hear just a clarion of whistles being blown. And you see guards running down the street at full speed. And as you look around, you see a bunch of people pointing. And you see an airship coasting across the sky.
Son of a bitch, she really did it.
I mean, maybe they were going to leave anyway. We don't know that. Like, maybe it's unrelated.
Dun 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 dun. All right, and at that, we'll go ahead and take our break. Let's say 10 minutes.
Sure.
So it'd be 9:25 roundabout, and then we'll be back. All right, everybody. See you here soon.
We see Corvina just swinging from the airship.
Where's Streamlabs? There you are. All right, everybody, we are back. Always had a chance to tinkle, get drinks. I have an ice cream sandwich. Let's do this. All right.
You know, an ice cream sandwich was the option.
I mean, it was for me. Hashtag adult money. Anyway, so Zena, you have Miss Sycamore in custody, and you start leading her out. Her guards don't follow her; they all kind of stay there. How are you proceeding?
Who's with me?
I thought everyone was here.
Unless some people want to stay back and investigate the house. So,
I wasn't. But if no one else is staying back with me, that's...
Oh, I kind of need you, Zinkus.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would, as quickly as I can, like to walk through that back door, like behind the big guard, and just look into the backyard,
okay.
just to get eyes on it. I can say I was.
So, it's just kind of the other half of the grounds. Like, it's all, like, fenced in. So, this is kind of the back area. It looks like for, like, loading in supplies and stuff like that.
Okay. I really want to walk through that, where that cart is, walk through there, kind of back down, and then I'll head out.
Okay.
There's a Tarrasque in there. Ooh.
Just a bunch of crates marked illegal stuff.
It's labeled not for the Myriad.
Definitely not for the Myriad.
Highly legal.
Highly legal. It's so legal it hurts.
I find 2 books. The first one says, Show to the IRS.
The second book says How to Crime.
Never. Show to the IRS.
It's the second time that somebody this week has made a producer's reference. I need to watch that again.
So good.
So,
If I don't see anything weird, I'll leave.
you take a roundabout.
I'm back.
Go ahead and give me just a perception check.
21 total.
All right, actually, you definitely see this. So, as you're walking through, back here, it's pretty well hidden, but you do see the outline of like a ring handle, like the bump of it underneath a rug.
I want to press the button so bad. I'm going to go and inform people that I saw the ring thing, and I'll go tell Zenos.
Hey, you know, I was did a little walkthrough with a house, and they have a secret compartment. They have a secret basement.
Oh goodness. What did you see?
Well, I mean, you told me to hurry up, so I didn't go check. I was
How did you know it was a secret compartment?
there's a ring in it, probably indoors.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
Yeah, probably. That's exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Long live Spurt.
Made it through almost an entire episode.
I mean, if you're not worried about it, we can go ahead. Take
oh,
her in.
we're gonna come back for it. I don't want her.
Okay.
just kind of motioning back there. Wall, can you take hold of her a second? I need to talk to Zenkus for a moment.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna walk like a ways away from her while she can't hear us.
Okay.
As we're leaving her place. And I'm gonna talk very quietly, and I'm gonna make sure that I essentially cover my mouth so that only Zenkus can hear me or see my mouth moving.
Right. Stage whispers.
Yeah. Zenkus, we're not taking her to the captain. We're gonna take her to the class. We'll let them deal with her.
So, I mean, what are we gonna tell? I too am whispering. So what are we gonna tell the captain? He wasn't there. The guard saw us there. I mean, you think the class?
We're gonna-
The class probably has some connections to help out, right?
Probably.
Well, why don't we tell some guards to keep an eye on the place while we're, because
Right. But yeah, no, we're not taking her to the guard. I think that's where she
Okay.
wants to go. We're going to take her where she probably doesn't want to go, which is the people who would have a big interest in her interests.
But I mean, if she's working with a myriad, maybe she wants to find out what the class is.
Oh, well, I mean, we're just going to the neutral ground where we know that they can get to her.
Okay, good. Okay.
That bar that we were at earlier when we had our informant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna like pretend like we're going, and then we're gonna just like beeline it from there.
Okay.
So it's just yelling out, well, time to take her to the guard.
Time to go to the guard.
We're going on an adventure.
No, we're not. We're going. No lollygagging.
I mean, I still feel like the wall doesn't feel right leaving the place.
I mean, this is a valid reason to split the party. Like, I know that we had a conversation about that, off screen, but this is a valid reason to do that where some people are going to the clasp and while others are searching the house because her guard is still there.
Would the Amon guard listen to me?
If we tell them to.
Could I have like 4 guards come in and just like keep an eye as I explore with Sorota? Well, not with Sorota, but like
Sure.
With
So,
quotation marks.
yeah, with in quotation marks. I don't want them hiding anything. Is what his thoughts would be. That like the longer we're not here and investigating, they're scrubbing.
I got you.
I mean, if we only had
Sounds
2
fine
hours
to me.
to clean everything up, there might be something somewhere.
okay.
It
So,
wasn't that long ago that we came, talked to the captain, got the warrant, and then went to Dommy Mommy's house. I don't remember her real name.
it's been a couple of hours, maybe like 3-4 hours at this point. But yeah, it's not like it's been like a couple days.
But we'd still first have to go to the class, drop her off, then head to the guard. Otherwise, you can't take both the guards, with the guards.
There's guards all over the cloud top.
Yeah, we ordered extra guards. Everything got doubled.
We supersized. Hashtag don't sue us.
Above table, my thought process was drop her off, come back, search the place thoroughly, with whatever wall and thrall I have turned up at that point.
And that's valid because I'll do the investigation piece of that first. So, and then we'll take care of the section with the clasp later, depending on how long that takes, because we only got about another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'd rather handle the exploration though.
Yeah.
That's cool if you think this.
Okay. Leopard, is that fine with you as well?
Yeah.
All right. So then for the wall and Zeralda. Zeralda, you do hear all of this in regards to like them coming and going. You do hear that they're leaving. So it's up to you if you're staying as a lizard and staying there, or what. I'm going to have you do your interaction first because the wall technically left and then is coming back with more guards.
Okay, so I'm alone in the room?
Yes, you are alone in the room. You don't know if you're alone in the house, but you are definitely alone in the room. There's nobody in that other room.
Okay. I would like to change out of my wild shape back into my halfling form.
Okay.
I'd like to look at the box that's locked.
Okay.
You don't actually know if it's locked.
That's fair.
What you do, take a look at the box, and it is not locked.
Oh, okay. I open the box.
All right. You open up the box, and the box just seems, the initial glance of it seems like it's full of like quilts and a couple furs, stuff like that. Seems relatively mundane.
I would like to dig deeper into the box.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Okay. Dirty 20.
Awesome. So, as you're digging through the box, you pull out all the blankets, but you kind of look at the side of the box and like where the bottom is, and you realize that's a false bottom. So you go ahead and you find a little bit of a lip where you're able to slip a finger in, and you're able to pop it open.
Okay.
We're still doing freezing.
Damn it, Lana.
Slip a finger in that false bottom.
See, I told you we were skipping the foreplay.
Tommy Mommy's place.
So you pull the false bottom off, and inside you see probably about, you're gonna guess maybe a dozen trade bars of silver. All of which have the Sycamore stamp on it.
Okay.
You don't see any paperwork or anything there, but a trade bar of silver is worth a lot of gold.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. I put everything back the way I found it.
Okay.
It's probably too heavy to carry, right?
Say a dozen trade bars with your strength, yeah. You could probably drag it, but actually picking it up, I'd say that's probably outside of your strength range.
Should we give us pocket like one or two?
That said, you are the owner of the bag of holding.
All right, yeah. Just shove them in.
Yeah, I want all of them.
All right, go ahead and put down, there's a dozen bars of silver. And I'll figure out a calculation of price for that later.
Okay.
Or just take the whole chest.
Just throw the chest.
I don't think a chest, that a half-sized chest is going to fit.
I mean, not with that attitude. All right. So I'd say probably about this time is whenever the wall would be coming back with the guards. You step back in. The guard that met you outside, like the house guard that met you outside, kind of gives you this up and down look. It's like, oh, you're back so soon already. It's like I missed you or something.
Would Zenkas have let me know about the ring?
He knew you were coming back to the house.
So I know about the ring. Okay.
I mean, it's up to him, but I would assume so.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm not doing a sweep in that room with the door outside. I'm not doing that. I would probably have the 4 guards just following me for now. And where my token is, I probably would start in there and just do a quick sweep through this area. But
If you're this area, meaning the room that you were in, or heading towards where you mentioned the trapdoor?
I'm looking for the 2 people who the big guy and the scrawny guy.
From they are not where you left them.
Then I would continue forward. To be honest, I probably would check the kitchen first, and then go north.
Those are your cards.
I'm looking for. Okay, I know their myriad. Where'd they go?
So if you head towards the kitchen, go ahead and give me your perception.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, that unfortunately is not going to be good. Let me perception. Yep, that's a total of 5.
All right, you don't hear anything.
No, that was a total of 5.
Plus.
Are those 4 guards doing any good?
Well, I guess that's another question. Where are you sending them?
Within earshot, I'd probably have them like the next room. Like never more than a room away. They'd always be in an adjacent room, looking through doorways. So they would probably not be in me. They'd be in the room north of me. It's like making this tactical.
Right.
Did you let them know that Zarelda is in here? Or are they going to assume she's part of the myriad?
To be honest, I would probably have not told them. Because I would not know that she would have exited beast shape, beast form, animal form.
Yep.
Yep, the guards that are near you don't seem to notice anything either.
Okay.
All right. So you're at the kitchen. Where are you heading from here?
I would probably look to see if the ring was disturbed.
Okay.
I'm assuming a perception.
No perception needed for that.
Okay.
So you head in here. And immediately you see the two house guards. The rug is pulled away, that trapdoor is opened, and they're in the process of pulling stuff out of there. Largely what seems to be like papers. There is also a fireplace going in the room.
I would yell to the guards to stop them, and I would immediately charge forth.
All right. I would say that where you're at, Zeralda, you do hear the wall yell, "Hey, stop!"
Okay.
And go ahead and give me an intimidation check for the wall.
Nice. That's a 21.
Both the guards, I mean, the one guy is, like, as broad, if not broader than you. Like, he's built like, a sturdy dwarf, but as a human. Where the other one is a lot more, like, lithe. But they both look at you in your armor, your big-ass fucking shield. And they stop what they're doing. Drop the papers, stand up. I want no problems. Just following orders.
I will instruct the guards to put them in shackles and chains, and after they are restrained, start looking through the papers.
Okay. Zeralda, what are you doing?
Now that I'm back in halfling form, I would try to find the rest of my party. I wouldn't know that they had split off, so, but I guess realistically I would be trying to find the wall.
Okay. So, you head into here first, like heading towards the sound of that voice. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Do I?
It ain't right. Well.
I got a 9.
As you come into that room, this really, like, almost overpowering flowery smell hits your nose.
The tea that was dumped on the rug.
It's
Could be the tea.
it's really pretty. Like, you've never smelt anything like it. And you're kind of compelled to walk towards the plant.
I would like to take a big whiff of the plant.
Scale of 1 to that's a dank ass plant. How dank is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
So, as you walk past, and in this kind of like haze of these, for lack of better terms, like plant pheromones, you watch as one of the big pods just kind of open up. This really pretty smell, really vibrant, like red and orange. And, like, the edges of it look dangerous, but not the center. The center of it looks really comfy, actually.
It's a face hugger.
Go ahead, since it's technically would be, like, the next round, timing-wise. Give me another wisdom save.
Okay.
Zeralda, you're good at those, right?
Yeah.
As you get closer, like, that brain fog of, like, this is really pretty. That the training back from whenever you had your master and he was teaching you how to use druidic craft taught you about plants like this. They're usually much smaller, but these plants aren't safe plants. They're carnivorous. And as you kind of snap out of it, that pod that was opened lashes. Does a 17 hit?
Yes. Wait, maybe I never know what my dragon scale armor is. Hold on.
I think it was a 15 after I redid your character.
Okay, then 15.
All right. It grabs you. You are considered grappled.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a action on what it is you're trying to do before I would roll any type of like initiative order.
Okay. What part of me is grappled?
Yes.
What part? Okay, yes.
This is just like one of my Japanese animes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh. That's fine.
There are not many cuter sounds than a cat lapping at water.
No. Oh, here we
Rabbit
go.
eating cabbage. A lot cuter.
I will have to say that the little tiny chomps are adorable. I will also counter that with the little squeaks that ferrets make.
Yeah.
Fucking eel cats.
Snake weasel.
Snake weasel.
Okay. I want to get this thing off me as soon as I can, so I would like to use Thunder Wave.
Ooh.
Okay.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Every creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a con saving throw.
What is your DC?
I have that written down. 14.
14?
Yeah.
I actually think it's higher after we redid your sheet. Take a look at the screenshots I gave you.
Okay.
Plant should be very constitutionally built, but my gut says that this plant might just be made out of something sturdy.
Yep. I mean, an oak tree would be pretty con heavy.
Especially a sycamore
Also-
tree.
But also, she might like break the fucking vase it's in, so that might be good. Everyone knows that a plant monster's biggest weakness is the vase it's in.
About
Until
everything is just that movement.
the roots start walking around, and now it can.
Feed me, Seymour.
We don't talk
I'm
about that.
trying to find it.
Do you know your wisdom?
Yes.
What is it?
+4.
So 15.
Okay.
DC.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, so 15 for the DC. What level are you casting it at?
That's a good question.
Best.
The best level.
I don't think she can cast a line yet.
No. I'm gonna use 4th level.
Oh shit.
It ate me.
That plant's about to get fucked.
I do need you, because you're grappled by it, reasonably, I need you to make the saving throw as well.
Okay.
I will give you advantage on it since it is your own spell, but you can't really angle it, so you're not getting hit.
Okay.
It fails its DC.
Okay.
Shocking.
Let me. So I will say a con saving throw as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So, new patio.
Oh yeah, they're gonna need a construction person to come and fix the floors after this.
New patio, new room, new basement.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you'll take half damage from your own hit, and it will take full damage.
Okay.
Shit, what's that gonna be at 4th level?
I don't know.
It's 5d8.
Okay. Do I do any modifiers with that?
No, it's just straight D8.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, does Thunderwave break grapple, or is that, am I thinking of different?
Technically it doesn't break grapple, it pushes away. That's what I'm pulling up just to make sure. But I would say reasonably in this scenario it's probably going to break grapple.
I remember one spell mentions breaking grapple, I don't remember which one it is.
I know Misty Step does.
Are you ready for my numbers?
Yes.
22 damage total.
Alright, and it's got to make a DC 22 strength check. And it rolled a 1.
Woo!
Okay, not only did you do some serious damage, you were visibly pushed out away from like the damage from the thunder wave, like you push back and break the plant teeth that's holding you in just completely off of your back as you're launched out of this thing. You are gooey, covered in fucking green slime and shit. And this thing looks rough already. For the wall and the guards, what you hear is in a stone house, the reverberations of a thunder wave, which states in the book it has a 300-foot sound radius. In a stone building that is loud as shit. Okay, it's the equivalent of a cannon going off in a basement.
Okay, I did figure out the grapple thing. It's because it's not in the spell description, it's in the description for grapple. And it says that it's attack like Thunder Wave breaks it.
Oh, okay. And which makes sense because you're forcing the thing to be pushed away from you. So the plant takes the impact. You watch the like main body stalk of this thing just kind of like split open, and you watch just like this like purplish green sap just kind of like pouring out of the wounds of it. The pot cracks from the impact as well, and on a lump of dirt and vines, you start seeing the potted parts of it start to move away as this mass of like writhing vines starts to move around the thing. And it looks intent if it had a look. And that's where we'll hold off for tonight's session.
With the plant monster gonna fight, gonna kick its ass.
Zerelda almost became a snack in 2 methods.
Yeah.
She's already a snack.
So how does the druid feel about plants now?
Well, she just had a close encounter to study it.
Yep.
She knows what the fly feels.
I do.
And it was described as looking soft.
Soft, pillowy, just the kind of thing that Zerelda would steal.
That's true.
All right. Well, I think that is a good stopping point for us for tonight's. Leave things on a potential combat note. We have caught some of the Myriad red-handed. There's a devious plan to get rid of, or at least dispose temporarily of, Gianna. And seems like you guys are getting closer to finding where the Myriad is held up, hopefully. So, on our next exciting episode, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you everybody here for playing and sticking with me. As I try to close out of every episode, aside from the last one, which I apparently forgot, everybody is welcome at my table. We include neurodivergencies, POC, LGBTQ+, and the associated letters. And I thank everybody for sticking around. So with that, have a good night, everybody.